Hello and welcome again. And this is the fourth unit of standard material in which we are studying about springs and stresses. Yesterday we discussed about the different types of springs and how they are loaded and what are the deflections and uh, the stress is developed. This is the helical spring that we were discussing about closed coiled and open coiled, and we derived relationship one for shear stress, then deflection. We have derived these two relationship, and now we are coming for strained energy. Strained energy, that is energy stored in a spring, because when a spring is loaded, either it expands or it contracts, and that is the function of the spring to store energy. So once it comes under the shock or gradual impact, it basically stores energy and gives up when it comes to its original position. So as soon as the exerted force is released, is removed, the spring comes to its original position. So in the meantime, it stores energy, and this derivation is for storing energy. So it can be given as U equals tau square by 4c into wire of volume. Wire Wires volume. Energy stored is half into t into theta. So this is by another factor, by another equation. So t is the torsion, but theta is the angle of twist. So distance, force multiplied by distance, is work done or energy stored. So half into t into theta. T is the torque, that is energy, and theta is the twisted angle or the angle covered by the spring. So substituting this value, we'll have half into t w into r, then theta is given by delta by r. So substituting this value, we'll be finding u equals half w into delta. So this is coming by from this equation. Delta is calculated here, theta is calculated here. Substituting these value, we'll be finding the energy stored in a spring is u equals half into w by delta. Now rectangular and square spring, section wire springs. So this will have an impact on the overall performance of a spring. So we have to check whether the wire springs cross sectional area of the spring is circular, rectangular, or square. So this can be defined by this following formula: tau equals alpha t by bh cube, where t is the torque, b into h is the dimensions of cross-sectional dimensions of the square or rectangular spring. So tau is the torque generated, alpha is the angle. So alpha equals 3 plus 1 by 0.8 h by p is given. B longer side, h is smaller side for rectangular section. B equals h square 4.8. This will become 4.8 for square section. And shear stress tau equals alpha w by wr by bh square. K is the correction factor into k, where k is the correction factor. So introducing spring constant as k equals 4s minus 1 divided by 4s minus 4 plus 0.615 by s. So s equals 2r by side of section perpendicular to spring axis. Delta equals r theta, where theta equals beta upon bh cube tl by c. So this way we have found the delta or deflection of a spring. So we will be solving a few problems on closed coil springs. So load carried, we have one example. A closed coil helical spring is to carry a load of 500 Newton. So this is spring is support. This is closely coiled helical spring, and it is supposed to carry a load of 500 Newton. It means coil diameter is to be 10 times that of wire diameter. In case of closed coil helical spring, we take a coil diameter to be 10 times of this to our diameter. So this way we can say d equals 10d, capital D equals small 10 into small d, where d is the wire diameter. calculate these diameter if the maximum shear stress in the material of the spring is to be 80 mega Newton per meter square. So we have got to know that tau max, tau max is given, tau max is given as 80 mega Newton per meter square, and weight to be carried is 500 newtons. D equals 10D since it is a closed coil diameter spring. So we have got to know tau equals 16 HR by pi d cube. We have shear stress 15 to 10 power 6 into 16. 5 is the 500 is the weight W. So slightly blurred, so it is not clear. So 16 W R by pi d cube. Shear stress is given as is equal to 16 W R by pi d cube. We have earlier directed. Must be directing 16 W R by pi d cube. This is given. This is we have shear stress, maximum shear stress a spring can hold. So this can be implemented. W is 500 given, R equals 10R or D is equal to 10D, then pi d cube. So we have all the parameters here. So substituting these values, simply substituting these values, 80 into 10 power 6, 16 into W into R upon pi d cube. So this is 10 D equals 10D. So 5D is capital D, capital R is 5D. So substituting this value, then we got to know that on solving this will gives us the diameter of the spring, the diameter of the wire. So this comes out to be 0.0126 meter or 12.6 millimeter. This is the answer. So on simple substituting the values, you'll be getting this answer. And this diameter is 10D. So the mean diameter of the coil is 126 millimeter. That is the plane, the normal question that is based on helical spring. Now we have got to know, we have to solve another problem. A helical spring is made of 12 millimeter diameter, that is small d is given 12, and steel wire wound on a 120 diameter mandrel. That means it is to be wound over a 120 millimeter diameter mandrel. So if there are 10 active coils, what is the spring constant that we have to define? Then take C equals 82 giganewton per meter square. What force must be applied to spring to elongate by 40 mm? So we are given that wire dia is 12 millimeter steel wire, and the shaft around which the mandrel around which the helical spring is wounded is 120 meter. So 120 is the internal dia of the spring, and 12 millimeter diameter of wire. So adding 12 plus 12, 24 both side. So 120 plus 24 will be external dia or mean dia of the spring. So that is given capital D. So now we got to know 12 diameter of mantle, 12 meter, number of active coils n equals 10, modulus of rigidity C equals 82 giganewton per meter square. Elongation of the spring delta is given. So there are 10 active coils. What must be applied to spring to elongate by 40 mm? Delta is given as 40 mm. So 40 mm is 0.4 meter. Then spring constant, we know spring constant is equal to stiffness of the spring. So K equals W by delta. So W, as we know, CD is power 4 by 64 R cube, and we have earlier found this value. So now substituting the value of C is 82 kilonewton, 82 to the power 9 into D is 0.12, 0.12 whole raised power 4 divided by 64 into R is again given 0.12 divided by 2 whole raised power 3 into n number of 10. So K value of K comes around 12,300 Newton meter. Force to be applied to the spring. So W by delta is equal to 12,300 or W by 0.04, that is 12,300. So weight is 492 Newton. So this way we have found the spring constant, and we have found then we have found the W weight that is to be applied, that is 492 Newton. What force must be applied to elongate by 40 mm? For 40 mm deflection, we have to apply 12,300 Newton. Sorry, we have to apply 492 Newton of weights. So this way we have solved problem on springs. Now another example we are taking. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these are the number of coils. Draw neat illustrative sketch to bring out the different helical coil spring and helical coil compression spring. A helical coil spring is made of steel wires 6.35 mm in diameter and mean diameter helix is 31.75. Number of complete turns 12. The spring is closed coil. The pull required to extend the spring by 25.4 millimeter and the stress in the wire. So this we have to calculate. Now we have to find the initial position and final position. So we can find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So number of complete turns 12 and spring is closed. So it may be noted that in case of helical tension spring, it is not imperative to provide spacing between coils because helix angle is small, while in case of helical compression spring, the helix angle are being comparatively more. Spacing is provided between the coils. Radius of the coil is 31.75 millimeter, diameter of the wire 6.35 millimeter, and number of coils 12. So deflection of the spring equals 25.4 millimeter, and then pull required to expend 64 WR cube by N into CD raised power 4. So we have substitute values 64 W into 0.3715 whole cube into 12 number of turns. Then say value of C is given as 84.36 into giganewton. So substituting 84.36 is given as 84.36 giganewton. Then D raised power 4 0.00635. So this way substituting this value we will be finding weight, and weight is 141.7 Newton. Again shear stress in the wire can be calculated by the formula tau equals 16 WR by pi d cube. So 16 into 141.7 into 0.3715 divided by pi. So this is the shear stress that is will be developed in a string while loading by 141.7 weight. So radius and dia of the wire are given. Substituting these values, we will be developing around 90 meganewton per meter square. So this was the examples that we have solved on the basis. Another example we'll take. So this is also closed coil helical spring. Mean diameter 75, spring constant 80 kilonewton per meter, number of turns 8, and then what would be suitable diameter for shear stress is given 250 meganewton per meter square. Modulus of rigidity of spring wire material is 80 giganewton per meter square. So substituting these value, R equals D by 2. So diameter is mean diameter of the coil is mean diameter of the spring is given 75 by 2 is the mean radius. So this is 37.5 and K equals spring constant 80 kilonewton is meter square per meter is given. Number of turns 8. Tau shear stress 250 meganewton per meter square. C this is given as value. Young's modulus of rigidity 80 kilonewton per meter square. So these are the values that we have first to write in order to solve the problem. Then substituting these values, first of all we have to find the torque. Torque is tau into pi by 16 d cube. Substituting the maximum shear stress 250 meganewton, then 250 meganewton, that is 250 to the power 6, then pi by 16 d cube. So we have torque, and we have to find the torque. Then after finding the torque, we'll be finding the work, that is W equal to K into delta, where delta is the expansion of the spring. So K is given, spring constant is given 18 to the power 3 Newton per meter, kilonewton per meter, 80 kilonewton per meter, or 18 to the power 3 Newton per meter, and then delta we don't know. So we have got to know the work. Uh, the work is P W into by distance. By distance, the spring has expanded. So this is the W into 0.375, and it is equal to torque. So substituting this value, we will be finding W equals this value. So equating these two values, we will be finding W equals 80 into 10 power 3 into delta. W is equal to K into delta. Delta is the expansion, K is the spring constant. So work done is W equals 80 to 10 power 3 into delta. 3 is for kilo. So this way we have found W. Substituting this value into delta, spring expansion spring. So both way we have d raised power 4. So substituting and cancelling out d power 4, d power 4, will be having weight W, and this way we will be having find d diameter of the spring wire. So now axial load it can carry W into 0.375. We have already found that the weight that is applied by distance of 0.375 is the deflection. So this value is taken from here, 250 to the power 6 minus 10 to 16. So this way we have found W. So this is the weight, 2745.2 Newton. This is the weight applied for these condition where we have to develop a maximum shear stress of 250 mega Newton per meter square. So this is the case, and we have solved another examples here you can take. So we have solved enough examples. So uh, I think everything is clear for the time being. So still if you require any clarification or still any ambiguities are there, you may get in touch with me at my phone number 90693604000. So for the time being, I'm signing off. Okay, bye.